Welcome to Panels and Borders. I'm Dominic. So I saw two stories that are kind of related, and the first one is on the HN Entertainment website. So this story is about Disney Plus. So Disney Plus has a new sci-fi series for their upcoming streaming service in the works. So exclusive Disney Plus sci-fi series Secret Society of Second-Born to begin production this summer. Last month, it was reported that Disney was in development on Secret Society of Second-Born, a sci-fi series for Disney's streaming service Disney+. Now we have an update on the project. We have learned production on the series is expected to begin on May 6th in Toronto with a quick production expecting to wrap on June 12th. The sci-fi fantasy series will be of a 15-year-old girl who is second in line to the throne currently occupied by her mother. She finds out that the summer school she is attending turns out to be a training camp for second-born royals with superpowers. So I wanted to talk about this because this kind of ties into another article I was reading. This kind of sounds interesting, but with all these streaming services popping up and competing for our dollars, so a lot of them are doing their own original series and stuff like that to try to lure people over to subscribe to their streaming service. So that kind of ties into this story I've seen. T-Moble and Viacom partner as online streaming competition intensifies. So I haven't heard of the company T-Mobile, but I've heard of Viacom. So I guess they're going to merge and start an online streaming competition, their own online streaming service. T-Mobile will partner with Viacom for its pending streaming service. The two firms said on Wednesday, intensifying the looming battle for customers as several top companies prepare to launch their own online video platforms. The deal will give subscribers of T-Mobile's new content service both live and on-demand access to Viacom channels including MTV, Nickelodeon, and Comedy Central. TV programming has never been better, but consumers are fed up with the rising costs, hidden fees, lousy customer service, non-stop BS, and MacGyvering together a bunch of subscriptions, apps, and dongles isn't much better. That's why T-Mobile is on a mission to give customers a better way to watch what they want when they want, CEO John Legere said in a clear swipe at Apple. So, the Bellevue, Washington-based company is awaiting federal approval for its $26.5 billion merger with Sprint that the firm says is necessary in order to compete against AT&T and Verizon, the fifth-generation wireless technology. So it just goes on to talk about more about other plans, like one Apple has plans to produce more original content. So Apple is currently working on content from Hollywood superstars like Steven Spielberg, Oprah, Reese Witherspoon, and Jennifer Aniston. Amazon also continues to spend billions to launch its own programming available on the Prime Video platform. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of Netflix-style streaming services coming out in the near future. What this is all starting to remind me of, because there's a lot of shows that I wouldn't mind giving a chance, like Disney Plus is going to have a lot of the Marvel stuff, and they're going to have that new Star Wars Mandalorian. And now they got this other original sci-fi they're working on that I just talked about. And now Viacom and T-Mobile are getting together to start one. You have Amazon Prime. And then here in Canada, we have one called Crave TV. Now they changed their name. It's just Crave. So I'm subscribed to that one and Netflix. And so what this kind of reminds me of is when CDs were still really big. And you would have... Now, probably most people will relate to this story. Have you ever bought a CD for one song? Like paid full price for a CD, but there's one song out of like maybe 12 or 15 songs that's on the CD. There's one track that you really like and you don't care less, and you couldn't care less about anything else. I've done that myself. Now you got iTunes and stuff. You don't have to do it. But this is what it kind of reminds me of. Now, would you subscribe to one of these if they had one show on it that you really liked? So one show that Apple TV is developing that I'm interested in watching is the Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy being made into a television series. That I would be really interested in watching. Or if one of these, like Amazon Prime, or one of them, I guess Amazon Prime is doing like a Lord of the Rings series. So like, that's why I'm thinking this is starting to seem like people would subscribe to one of these just for one show, just so they can watch one show and not really care about any of the rest. Because like as it stands right now, between the two that I have, Crave TV and Netflix, that's more than enough television than I can watch in a lifetime. Between the two of them, they've got hundreds of TV shows. TV shows that there's not enough time in the day to even scratch the surface of what I could watch on there. Like the choice is almost like overwhelming sometimes. And I can only imagine Netflix in the United States is a lot better than what we have here in Canada. Our Netflix actually sucks, so I can only imagine. So this is like interesting, this whole battle for your business with online streaming, and now they're doing like free streaming channels. I've got some free ones that are streaming channels. They've got a bunch of movies and TV shows on those streaming channels. But now the catch is they do have intermittent commercials that play throughout the show. So that's how you pay for it. But it is free. So now you're having free online streaming channels. And and the other thing, you have all these big mergers coming together with Disney Plus, and so competition is really, really fierce, and it's interesting to see how all this is going to go in the future. But it comes to a point, like, how many of these can you subscribe to before you got like, a $200 bill each month, because you get all these shows you want to watch, but they're spread out over all these different streaming services. So it comes to the point where you're just going to have to say, well, that show's cool, but I just don't want to pay any more I don't want to pay another monthly fee just so I can check out this one show on Disney Plus or this one show on Apple TV. So it was kind of nice when everything was on Netflix and everyone was putting their stuff on Netflix, but now everyone wants to do their own Netflix, so they're all pulling their own content and putting it on. So now it's all the content is going to be like dissipated or watered out over all these different streaming services, which kind of sucks. So but I don't know, interesting thing that's happening, and it's interesting to see who's going to come out on top as this competition gets more and more fierce. And hopefully, if they're going to do this, hopefully this will drive the costs of all these different things that you got to subscribe to down, because they're all competing with each other. So that's everything I got to say in this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will see you at the next one. Thank you to all of my subscribers, and thank you for watching this video. And if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification when new videos are uploaded.